What's up, comic fans, and it's time for that new comic book day haul plus review. So we're gonna get into the books that came out this week. Plus I got some 50-cent pickups. We're gonna do it right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back, and don't forget, if you're into comics, you're in the right place to be. Let's get into the books this week. Alright, first off, we got some 50 centers. Alright, so picked 5 this week, but we got that I picked up from the 50-cent bin. We got X-Men number 2. Alright, this is the first appearance of the High Summoner? Of a High Summoner. Child of War. That's what this one is, Child of War. Alright, and then you've seen this one before. This is Rogues Gallery. I think this is the A cover, but it could be the B cover. Oh, it's tight. It's the A cover. And this was optioned a few weeks ago. Had some buzz for like 3 seconds, and then it died. Here's a series I'm looking forward to reading. This is Home number 1. I've heard nothing but good things about it from Image Comics, so we're gonna read that. Then we got Ultimate X-Men issue 5. Nothing spectacular about this book, but it's an Arthur Adams cover. Got the Hulk on there, so that should be a fun read. And then we got Radiant Red number 1. This is the B cover. So I think it's the B cover. Could be the C cover. But anyway, again, not a huge spec book, but I don't know if anything ever happens with Radiant Red. It's the B cover. Then this book for 50 cents could be worth a little bit more. I mean, I think it's already worth a little bit more than 50 cents. Probably get a whole dollar for it. Alright, well, excuse me as I try to put this backing board back in the bag. But yeah, I hope everybody's had a pleasant week. And let's get into the rest of the books, because I got it back in the bag. Alright. So first off, Marauders number 9. This is a Peach Momoko cover. I haven't read it yet, so I'll leave it at that. I'm a little bit behind. I think I'm 2 issues behind, so we'll catch up. I think I'm going to drop Marauders though. It's just not hitting the way the first volume did. They switched writers to Steve Orlando, and Jerry Dugan, I think, captured the true essence of the Marauders more than Orlando has done so far. Next up from Marvel, we have Thanos Death Notes. This is so Thor is on Titan. He's looking through Thanos's, I guess, lab, which was also his father's lab, Thanos' father's lab, and he's, finding some interesting files while he's in there. Each one is like kind of a different story about Thanos. There's like 3 different stories in there, all bookended by Thor reading them, and they involve Iron Man, and his first love is in there, Cassandra, something like that. And there's like one more story involving Thor, but it's pretty good, and it all ties into Thor number 29. All right, and Thor's little sister is kidnapped by Corvus Glaive in here, and they're on the path to retrieve her, and a lot of this has to deal with the Infinity Gauntlet, including the new Black Stone, Infinity Stone, the black one, which I think was Thor, I want to say 7 or 8, I think introduced it. So yeah, apparently there's a new Infinity Stone, guys. Alright, and this all has to do with basically Thanos being stuck in like a time warp, something like that. So Thanos technically isn't dead, and Corvus Glaive is trying to, get back Thanos. Alright, we're moving on, I was gonna say on Marvel books, but apparently I got tongue-tied. But this is Daredevil number 6. Oof. Do I love this book. Look at that right there. You got Iron Man with Elektra's size going through the helmet, and let me tell you, that's not really what happens, but Iron Man does get ganked up here, right? He gets a little stuck, and basically the Hand and the Fist are at war, and it's believed that the world leaders have become controlled right, by the hand. And so Elektra's out there to, see if it's true. Iron Man, she goes to the president. Iron Man intercepts her, kind of tries to stop her. A battle ensues. Let's just say Iron Man loses. And then we find out the truth about the world leaders. Check out the book if you want to know. All right. And no, I don't work for Marvel. I'm not trying to sell you the book. I'm just trying not to ruin it for you. We're at Marvel. We're at Dark Web #1. Zeb Wells is writing this. Adam Kubert on the art. Frank Martin, I believe, doing the inks. Not the inks. Sorry. He's doing the inks and perhaps the color. Anyway, it's a good book. It's focusing around the clones, Madeline Pryor and Chasm, and their plan to take over, I guess, the real world. Because, Madeline Pryor's the Goblin Queen. I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say Venom is also involved in this, and they've kind of messed with his head, and we kind of get a return to the 90s Venom. So that was interesting. That was very cool. Also, you got Osborn and the Gold Goblin in there, so a lot of stuff happening in that book. All right. Next up, Miles Morales, #1. Cody Ziegler is doing this one. And we just have the reboot of the Miles Morales Spider-Man universe. It does reference that in ASM, Peter's been a little wacky, so that's kind of referenced in here. It was a little weird when he returned. But yeah, Miles is kind of in that classic suit, which is nice. I kind of like it a little bit better than the other suit he was wearing. Not that I hated it, I just think this is nice. Scorpion makes an appearance in here. We have a new antagonist, maybe. We'll see. It also just shows that Miles is dealing with a lot of stuff on his mental, and on his mind right now. So it seems Miles has a lot to deal with in this book, and it seems like it's going to delve a little bit more into his psyche as opposed to just straight out street fighting. All right, so that's pretty cool. Let's switch gears. We're at DC now. We got Batman and the Joker Deadly Duel. I love this book. This is cool. This one is just basically Batman and the Joker fighting side by side against these Joker demon vampire things, and Batman gets bit, and as you would think, gets an infection from whatever. Who knows what these things have been eating? What's on their teeth. Anyway, they get back to the cave. Joker's now kind of Batman's prisoner, I guess you could say. He's in captivity of the Batman. Also, we see that Commissioner Gordon, or Jim Gordon, has been captured, and it looks like he's not having a great time. Like he might be a little tortured here. Let's say he might lose a body part. We don't know yet. We'll see. If you read it, you might know. And also, you have Harley Quinn being held captive. So it looks like we're gonna get a Batman and Joker. Not that we're getting a Batman and Joker team up. And, we'll see who they can save. Will they get to Commissioner Gordon in time? Will they save Harley? Let's find out. Alright, we got Batman 130. This was the conclusion of the Failsafe arc. I enjoyed it. It looks like the conclusion of this arc is going to start the next arc. So we're going to get the next storyline in the next book. We also got the Zurin Ra Year 1. I think next issue we get the finale of that. It was a good issue, and it's shocking, surprising at the end. Tim Drake literally cries at the end because there's some stuff that happens. Batman's not dead. All right, sorry, I ruined that. He doesn't die, but there's some stuff that happens in this book that will be shocking. Failsafe is perhaps the best failsafe that Batman has ever created. It's pretty crazy. All right, next up we have Undiscovered Country 22. I didn't read this one yet. I am way behind in Undiscovered Country. And guys, when you fall behind in books, let me know. Do you just drop the title? Do you keep with it? Do you catch up and then drop it? Do you catch up and then usually keep them? I don't know. Let me know. I'm falling behind on a few titles, and I'm like, maybe I should just drop them. Not quite sure if I'll be able to catch up. All right, next up we have Spawn 336, and as we know, if you've been reading the book, Spawn's allies have now, half of them have become enemies. they're trying to capture Spawn. Spawn's closed all these portals that kind of connect the Earth and Heaven and Hell and all that other stuff, and it's causing calamity. And they just want Spawn to open them back up, but he refuses because he's at war with Heaven and Hell. It's a good book. I like it. I think the writing is good, and the artwork is really good, and we're getting a really we're getting inside the mind of Spawn, so we're getting a really intricate look at the character right now. So I like that a little bit more than just the action and the politics of the book. We're getting to see the internal conflict of Spawn, so that's a good book. I like it. Next up, we got Noctera, the Val special. This is a one-shot talking about the Val character and kind of how she developed who she is as Val, as she is now. Yeah, I like it. Check it out. If you haven't checked out Noctera, go ahead and read it. It's been on a hiatus here and there, but they drop these one-shots to keep you invested. Pick up the trade, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed with that one. That's a Scott Steiner book. Tony S. Daniel doing the cover, doing the artwork, and Francis Manipold lends his artwork to that book as well. Then we got that Texas Blood. This is the Christmas special, number 22. Joe Bob's son, who's the sheriff in this book, tells a story about a mummy sheriff who's fighting a vampire who loses his teeth but uses straws to suck blood. I love it. It was a great book. Great read. Just a really telling tale in this book. It was good. It was the Christmas special. All right. In the end, everything turns out all right. It was a little bit not Christmassy, but just enough family-oriented, fun humor, and it happens during Christmas, just like Die Hard 2 happens. Was it Die Hard? Die Hard happens during Christmas, not 2. So which makes Die Hard a Christmas film as well. But there's more to Die Hard than that makes it a Christmas film. Anyway, comic fans, that was my new Comic Day haul review. Stack, haul, review, 50-cent books, all that. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Go ahead and throw me a thumbs up and comment down below if you like the content. I'm going to get ready for next week's book, so do what you do, because I'm going to do what I do. Peace!